Hey guys, today we're going to be looking at a new locomotive that I got. As you can see on the box label and by the video title, this is a New York Central h10b. This is a brass import locomotive. So far as I know, no one made any of these in plastic. Just because they're a very detailed locomotive. Let me just put this on to get some better lighting. And I've been looking for these for about a year now, and I kind of found it at a good price. So I got it. And something that's actually kind of funny is I got this from Switzerland. Usually when I buy stuff online, you want to get them in the state just because it's a little less. It's harder to get scammed, and it's a lot easier to get it delivered. So here is a locomotive, and as you can see, it is a very detailed engine. You can see the paint job is mediocre. It's not, it's just a light paint job. I'm probably going to redo this at some point, just because I want to have the silver smoke box and firebox, and to make it look a little bit, nicer. Not that this is a bad paint job, it's fine. It's just an overspray of grimy black. So the reason I got this exact version is because, one, it was a good price, and I had been looking for one for a while, as I said earlier. And I found this because I had got one at a show. It's very similar to this, and it didn't work. And when you're gonna spend $500 or $600 on a locomotive, that's not that nice, because that one had a really bad paint job on it. And it was $575 because it had a Tsunami decoder. But when I put it on the track, it did not move. And that's just too much money for me to spend on something that I don't know if it works or anything. So I gave that back, and now I ended up with this. And I'm very happy. One thing is, though, I had to replace the gearbox. So, most later brass engines have a idler gearbox. So you have a worm gear that comes off the motor, then you have an idler, and you have a axle gear. And because the motor mount, the motor's up here on the locomotive, and the wheels are down here, I had to use a double idler, and that is just 2 idler gears, and it's from Northwest Shortline. I got it all lubed up, and it runs really nicely. So, it doesn't have a decoder or anything yet. I just wanted to put the can motor, or it all back together so I can run a little bit without, without putting all the time and effort, because, it's a lot of effort to repaint and put a decoder in something. So I'm just going to wait a little bit and see how I like it. There's this thing about the pickup on this. I don't know what it is, but it just doesn't seem to be very happy going in one direction on the track. But I'll try another direction and we'll see how it goes. But this particular one is a PFM. I just wanted to mention that. This is a very late PFM. It's 1981 or 1982, and they are by the builder Ski, S-K-I. And there is some later versions of this, but I haven't been able to find any of those. I found one, but it went for a pretty high price. And I'm happy with this one. And if I ever get one that is nicer than this, I'll just sell this one and keep the nicer one, because these locomotives, unless someone makes them, this version will hold its value because it's, just a very nice locomotive. I'll move on to some information about this, just because it's a very famous locomotive, and I'll give you some information, and then after that, there'll just be some running segments. The New York Central h10b class consisted of 90 locomotives that were built in 1924. They were built by various builders, Lima, Alco, and Baldwin. They had Walschaerts valve gear, which was unusual for the New York Central because most of their engines featured a Baker valve gear. These locomotives had 63,000 pounds of tractive effort, which was very high for the early 1920s. But what these were most commonly known for was that they were one of the first superheated or superpower steam locomotives. So what that means is they would superheat the steam, which caused higher pressure which led to a greater tractive effort. These locomotives, like most other New York Central engines, had a booster truck. So that was on the rear trailing truck of the locomotive, and that was like a third drive wheel. It had a piston that was connected to the wheel, and these were on most New York Central locomotives, like the Hudsons, the Pacifics, and I don't know about the 484s, but that's most of the information that is relevant to this. So I'll get on to the running section of this video. If you enjoyed, leave a like below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Sorry guys, I couldn't get any good shots of the h10b running. I don't know, there's something wrong with the pickup on it, but I'll give you some New York Central Hudson action. Close enough.